All right, Jim. Well, first I want to say please excuse this mess. This is our children's playroom down in our basement area. So if you can kind of overlook that and focus your attention on me, that'd be great. And my wife would probably kill me making this video in our downstairs basement area for the kids. So anyway, let's go back to your first couple lessons here. You know, what we saw in the video is that you definitely have a tendency to kind of go out and you kind of get this little bit of separation with your left arm here, and then you kind of roll the club back, and then we see you make this move up at the top, and it gets a little bit longer than it needs to be, and your arms collapse. So that's basically the problem that we're trying to solve in your swing. And anytime that your arms get kind of collapsed in like this, you can see how the club is naturally going to get more across the line, and typically what we see is the person's first move is going to be a little bit over the top. So what we're trying to do for you is that once you get in this good setup position, okay, is that your first movement, okay, should be obviously with a little bit of chest rotation. And you can see in the video here, at this point my hands have done nothing, but they also work a little bit to the inside part of the target line, okay? So from there, as we continue our chest rotation, we want to really make sure we get the butt of the club pointing down. In your case, you'd get the club a little bit more laid off, and that's going to create a little bit more of that over the top motion. You know, my opinion is there's a lot of players that they really want to get the club out, okay, with the butt of the club pointing down. Well, that's fine, but I think in your case, what's still going to happen is that when you do that and you kind of feel like your arms go to a certain location, then what happens with you is that you don't get much chest rotation or shoulder rotation, so you never really get behind the golf ball, and so you can't deliver the club from a good inside path. So the critical areas in your golf swing right now that I want you to stay really focused on is that make sure that the hands don't outrace the body. So what we saw in the second lesson is that you were just going like this and you weren't making much of a chest rotation. So then when you get up to the top of your swing, you'd still get a little bit long, but you would actually have your arms in a steeper position so that when you start it down, you were still slightly coming over the top. So you're going to have to really work on the relationship of your arms and your hands with that chest rotation. So look at my first movement here. It kind of looks like in the video that my hands are working with my waistline. Now even though my chest, I only feel my chest is moving, but if you look at the video, the chest is actually rotating the hips around the right leg. Once you get up at the top, or to get at the top, we want to continue with the chest rotation, but we want to feel like the butt of the club is pointing more down to the ground. We want to, in your case, we want to make sure the butt of the club is pointing somewhere in between the target line and our feet alignment here. So if you can do that and then just feel like your arm swing is a little bit shorter, you're going to come from a nice inside path every time. So again, you know, I appreciate you letting me demo this site. I mean, use it to your advantage. Remember, this site will follow you on your laptop, on your iPad, and even on your mobile phone. So, you know, keep glancing back at these notes. The site will get more in depth. It will become easier to use. Hopefully you've watched the welcome video. And I hope you enjoy the site. And any comments or feedback would be greatly appreciated. So again, I appreciate your support and look forward to seeing you out on the range. Thanks.